What is digital transformation? In a narrow sense, digital transformation can be mentioned as a paperless office. In the broadest sense of the term, is a new approach to doing business, applying digital capabilities to improve organization efficiencies, increase customer value, and create new monetization opportunities. Digital transformation initiatives are not about just transferring records to a digital device while maintaining traditional relationships in society, but creating new ones. Digital transformation strategy is changing the way business move, in some digitization, digitalization, and digital transformation. How not to be confused? The question is more crucial than a linguistic exercise. To combat the ambiguity, let's take it from the beginning. Earlier businesses used to store documents on paper. So, the data kept in those physical documents were parallel. As computers grew in popularity, organizations started converting analog records to digital format. This means encoding information into zeros and ones for computers to store documents as files. With that in mind, digitization is the transfer of analog information into digital format. This concept applies not only to converting handwritten or typewritten text. Digitization works for sound recording and image scanning as well. As digitization technology evolved, it contributed to easy sharing and finding the information and significantly increased network cost-effectiveness and sustainability. In some respects, digitization of manufacturing industries has enabled new production processes, the Internet of Things, and machine vision. Digitization of business and enterprises produced the electronic payment and paperless office. In the educational field, it induced the e-learning phenomenon. Furthermore, digitization provoked such technologies as smartphones, video games, web applications, cloud services, electronic identification, and even blockchain. By this point, it's important to stress, this is the information you're digitizing, not the processes. The change in the established ways of working, just as business models at large, has to do with digitalization. Hence, digitalization provides new revenue and value-producing opportunities. Leveraging digitized information and digital technologies makes the organization's established processes faster and better because the needed data is immediately available instead of being locked up in a file cabinet. Digitalization refers not only to the IT sphere. Today 94% of all information is digital. Digital data has become a fundamental part of our everyday lives. A wave of digitalization is fueling innovation in business. Organizations change the way they operate to be digitally compatible. No industry is safeguarded from the transition to the digital model. Gaining digital skills has now become a prerequisite for individual, production, and regional success. Heart of digitalization is the change of jobs. For example, digitized production enables factory workers to put down their hammers and using computer-controlled equipment instead. Digitalization changed customer service forever by making customer records easily and quickly retrievable through the ideas for using business technology in new ways, and not just to do the old things faster with the help of a computer. With the business model's digitalization, the concept of digital transformation started to take shape. Being a global transformation of all relationships, this is not something that enterprises can carry out as projects. More like, digital transformation framework refers to the customer-driven business transformation that requires cross-cutting organizational change. Digital business transformation entails the implementation of new digital technologies or radical rethinking of how an organization uses current ones. Digital transformations brought forth a new generation of consumers. For a business, understanding of the latest consumer desires allows them to take advantage of new niches market and develop products and services focused on the user most. Some companies see opportunities still incipient and establish new business fronts. Remarkable examples are Netflix, Airbnb, and Uber. Besides, it's a cultural change that requires organizations to continually challenge their current state, often experimenting, and take failures easy. Step by step, the digital transformation process means overcoming barriers in language, news, culture, etc. Finally, digitalization changes political and socio-economic relations. This means that global digitalization reduces the digital divide between population groups. In a nutshell, digitization is converting information into a digital format. Digitalization is a shift in industry and business, while the definition of digital transformation is a global change in society. Main digital transformation trends in 2020. More attention to the use of AI and machine learning. Businesses should cope with their wrangled data and then scale this data conveniently. Machine learning and AI will be used in terms of data architecture models to automate and mitigate the data governance problem. Public cloud adoption expansion. IT leaders will strive to leverage public cloud capabilities to accelerate value rather than investing time and money developing them internally. Low-code development. This is a faster and simpler way to create an application. Low-code platforms are the most suitable tool for accelerating app delivery. A minimum of hand coding and fast setup and deployment enable business users with zero programming experience to build applications using drag and drop segments through a clear user interface. Personalizing customer experience. More and more customers expect from their service provider a seamless omnichannel experience accessible anytime from anywhere. Google, Facebook, Amazon and other giants drive transformation in consumer experiences. Support vector machines. An algorithm that analyzes complex data transformations and figures out how to separate data based on the labels. This helps businesses in their decision-making process. Some typical applications of SVM are face detection, text and hypertext categorization, classification of images, and handwriting recognition. That is all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.